Now that this liberation rite is ended, and we have nothing left to do here, we shall bide our time until the rites come about once again. All up with your companions until the stars align once more. Everyone. The amenities are modest here at Moonlight Alcove, but I suggest that you get comfortable. We may be here for some time. A small landing on the dark side of a sacred mountain. For many years, Volfrid smuggled supplies and furnishings to this well-hidden locale. As for myself, I have some business to attend to. Please leave the wagon in my care. For now, it shall be ready by when you need it next. From the mountaintop, you can see all across the downside, its impossible expanse staring back at you. The thought occurs to you that you may never see another land besides it. And so, you and your companions wait upon the mountaintop in quiet solitude, anticipating when the cycle of the rites begins to turn again. Then, you shall have another opportunity to free one of your own. You may earn back their freedom, one by one. Many moons pass. Then, one evening... May I have a moment, reader? The lone minstrel finds you poring over a book of rites, as has yet been your learning through your stay at this abode. Begging your pardon, but there is something you may wish to see. Please, follow me. It would appear now, the rites begin again. You follow him into the cold night. Look forth, reader sir. The stars shine like you have never seen. Once more the path towards salvation is revealed, but now something is different. The stars shine once more. Seek now our destination. Oh? Oh. It would appear that several are shining at once. We must have an option of where we can go next. Each prior time you search for stars, they show to you a single path, but now several rites avail themselves to you at once. Henceforth, you may choose from several different rites, yep. Choose your path towards salvation. Let us see. All the way back to the south. Jeez. Milith the Bog Star. It appears the dissidents are here next if we wish to verse him again. One bark at Ashpaws. No, I haven't forgotten you, sir. Or we could go to Germway of the Dusk Star, where the accusers, not accursers, the accusers are currently waiting for us. Or we could go to Home, the Night Star, and once again face the Pyre Hearts. You know, even though I am not a fan of the swampy area to the south, I do wish to see Barker Ashpaws once more, if not for his charming voice and his good music that accompanies him. Hence, we shall go back to the swamp. The stars urge that we go to the pit of Milith, a long way off. Walfrid, sir, are we to reach the pit of Milith in due course of time? You know full well, Tariq. Preparations are complete. Oh? You think you see the lone minstrel smile, ever faintly, but cannot be sure. Please ask the others to gather their belongings, rest, and then assemble at the wagon there at dawn. We shall be departing at that time. As you will, sir. The cycle begins anew. As the years advanced, you'll find there ought to be fewer rites, this time until once more we are to traverse Scribe's Gate. Exactly how many, it is difficult to say, but our next chance at liberty ought present itself much sooner than before. So let's be ready for it. Now then, see you in the morning, reader. Your companions have not travelled far from Moonlight Alcove. Word of the news soon spreads throughout the group. It appears it is time to continue our journey. Next morning, Volfrid calls everyone together before the Black Wagon. This old wagon is more than it appears. With Bertrude's aid, it escorted you across the sea to me. Now, it shall escort us anywhere the stars require. Come and see. Oh? Alfred beckons you to join him in the wagon. Step inside. Oh. What's happened in here, then? Something has changed about the wagon's interior. What looked before to be old cracks and signs of age now expose various intricate components once hidden from view. You are the Nightwings. You should travel in their customary way. He turns to you, indicating levers and devices marked with symbols from the book. Now, reader, whenever you're ready, you may take us up. Oh. Oh, can the wagon fly? I'll show you how. And everyone else, hang on to something. Yep, they can fly, I'm assuming. Take off. Yep. Oh. After having soared into the sky, the black wagon remains aloft, somehow. By the Underking! Oh, by the scribes! Impossible. The Nightwings sail the skies again, wheresoever the stars may call for them. There is one catch. The downside provides few locales suitable for landing. Though, we should be able to find at least a couple landing places near to where we're going. We'll then make way by land, or sea, towards our destination. Now, without further ado, let us proceed. The black wagon can fly. Seek landing near the pit of Millith. Sail now for skies. Oh wow. Okay then. Oh, this is quite interesting. Oh. Indeed we can boost. Ah, it even shows us other wagons now. Ah. Wait. Are you telling me they could fly all this time? While we'll be travelling across the land? Jeez. Oh, even more have appeared. Would appear the accusers, I'm assuming, are first now facing off against the chastity. Apparently... something about the strange island you see below draws your attention. Best to avert your gaze from the Isle of Kaelmere. Even the scribes themselves fought to avoid a place. Let us fly on. A forbidden island nestled in the deathless tempest, it has significance to the outscribes. Yes, the rope caller. Jeez. That's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah. Passing each locale. All the way back to the south. As you soar above the waters of Worm Gulf, you notice Sir Gilman sidle up to you, very slowly. We are very, 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 very high above the waters, if this knight is not mistaken. This knight's brethren lurk beneath the surface there, in numbers untold. Fortunately, if we were to come crashing to the surface now, then this knight, why, he would receive a watery burial, is the custom of his kind. Always looking on the bright side, it seems, of course. A gloom thank you, game. A gloom hangs thick above the pit of Millith, and all around it. You are brave to seek your adversaries here again, reader. Many in the downside believe it to be nothing other than a foul den. They take the tales of the Ysalk Astralborn to be mythology, embellished through retelling over time. The Star Titan, sealed away by the scribe Molten Millith, it sups upon despair, and fear, and doubt, and lands such as our own, the Book of Rights. You have met others, such as the Witch of Mildher, who believe otherwise, although, whichever their beliefs, I know none of who would go near the place unless the stars demanded it. Thus shall your coming right against the dissidents take place in complete secrecy, as always the rights have. Yes. Oh, we even get to pick where we land now as well. Ah. Okay. You sense that Jodario might gain a deeper understanding of the rights along this route? Tizo has a hunch that you may find something of value along this route. Or the lone minstrel knows of a task along this route through which you may earn stardust. Could always use more stardust. so we shall land to the south in Fallowfields. You return to the dismal region known as Flagging Hands. Straight away, you sense an air of dread, yet cling to the hope that you can make your stay as brief as possible. You and the others check the wagon from top to bottom for any signs of wear. Tizo double-checks the air brakes and reports that they are working as expected. Jodario finds the cabin pressurizer acting up again and causes her concern. A swift kick makes the problem go away, for now, leaving you all with some time to yourselves before the day is done. Nonetheless, the dismal environs soon take their toll on everyone, as they have before. Most of your fellow exiles lost one hope for the next rite. Suffer alongside them. Oh, beyond a crystal seeks May. And we have someone to talk to. Ah, Sir Gilman. Also, floating rocks. It would seem the Grius Stone exhibits a flagrant disregard for natural law, thus providing light entertainment. A keepsake from Mount Alodial. You can ping it along inside the cabin, it would seem. Yep. The canvas wings. The black wagon is flight capable, though by which means you do not fully grasp as yet. Another keepsake from Moonlight Alcove. And sure you can oh, they might be a part of the canvas wings actually, the leathers. Oh well. Sir Gilman, what news do you have? Oh, Sir Gilman is shivering there after the Black Wagon's maiden voyage through the skies. Master Reader, this knight is very slightly out of sorts is all. He merely appears terrified, but he assures you that his seeming cowardice is but an optical illusion in this case. Hamitha overhears and joins you. Flying's not for everyone, Sir Knight. This knight heartily concurs, though how anyone at all can stand it, he has yet to understand. Well, let's see. What's it like to swim in the waters of the Sea Dominion? Ah, those glorious, murky waters, engulfed in hideous warfare, to be sure, but otherwise a joy to cut across, to feel the coolness of the waves beneath one's gill slits and the like. Though, this knight is now accustomed to his life above the surface. Flying's just the same, Sir Knight. It resists those of us not born to it. I, in turn, have wondered what your seas are like, but the thought of swimming fills me with disgust. Though, I haven't had to swim, and you now have to fly. That's very brave of you, and you handle it better than some harsh fledglings I've met in my days. You'll get used to it. She departs, but you sense Sir Gilman is feeling better after the exchange. Hey, he's got his hope back. We shall wish him well. Ooh. Awaking wood wisps. The wisps inside provide a scarce bit of light when it is needed, all for a low monthly fee. A keepsake from Black Basin. Oh, are they, little moths in there? Huh. Interesting. Oh. Edwin's cooking tins. Yes, there was. Oh. Oh dear, we have a few chapters which we can read from. Living in exile, in the words of Jomare Minimane, the Alpha Chief. Once I, too, roamed free. I remember well those days in which I was called Chief. I travelled all the world over on my 4 good paws, and I was well adored. I wanted to grow stronger. Here at last I have. I shall not mince my words. This place shall either harden you, or kill you. It shall haunt you with old memories. You share the exile's plight. My charge is to alleviate the sting of it for you a little bit, and to prolong your stay, but only for as long as needed. Your charge is to return. We call this place the downside for a reason, but in time, here you can learn to eat, to seek out shelter, and to find a certain beauty in unlikely places. Is there more chapters in this? Apparently not yet. Only one page been the beginning of our 2nd chapter. Is there anything else in the 1st? Not yet, it would seem. But we have a few more chapters to read from. Chapter 3 goes over the lands we have visited. In the words of Molten Millith, the Wild Witch, years upon long years we spent distilling life essence from many things, which all once arrived under the auspices of their mortality, which we ourselves cut short. In this we have no regrets, for we learned much, and so, we think, did they. We learned the title Witch, and we earned the title Witch, and were forced to flee into the downside. Here, we encountered Solium Mur, and soon, we gained an understanding of each other. He bade us circumnavigate these lands and catalogue our findings. We felt a strong desire to expose the secrets of this land. We wished to yield benefits to those who followed in our wake. Indulge us both, then. We do have several pages here. Flagging Hands, in the words of Molten Millith, Wild Witch. Beyond the valley lies the Flagging Hands, which could be called a swamp if an entire sea could merely be a lake. Soon after our arrival, several of us fell into a dark despair. Such were the environs. I found it rather fascinating, though. It held aspects reminiscent of the southern bogs we dwelt in as a tad. We grew accustomed to the dampness of the air, and grew to savour certain twigs and beetles. It can be said the Flagging Hands are an acquired taste, recommendable only for those of our same bent, or perhaps the downside's native imps. The sea surrounded the environment on three sides, appearing insurmountable at first. Good, I can just skip pages from here. Mount Elodial, in the words of Molten Millith, the Wild Witch. Gaining the summit of the sacred Mount Elodial involved no small amount of sacrifice and sorcery, in varying proportions. The mountain's energies were palpable, and sensation that we felt indescribable. The lands we stood upon were closer to the stars than to the world we knew. It was upon this highest point in all the downside that we first made efforts to concoct this tome, which you now read. It was there that we were stricken with a vision of the cycle of the rites, and felt, together, for the first time, a sense of freedom unlike any we experienced before. But that is a subject which our comrades shall illuminate in greater detail. Any more? Not in this chapter, it would seem. Chapter 4, pertaining to locales discovered to have cosmic significance. Okay then. Celestial landmarks, in the words of Luce Glorian 100 Minds, the scholar. That is one name. There's no comma there, or it might be a title. Do you feel a kinship with the stars? You owe your everything to them. Perhaps, one day, even your freedom. I chased the stars across the river of my genealogy until they led me here. I demanded they explain to me the paradox of knowledge. For, how is it that something can be shared, but still contained within ourselves in its entirety? The stars did not respond, but set me on a quest. I sought the 9 landmarks which they revealed to me, so that someday I would reveal their mysteries to you. These landmarks, emissaries of the stars, are 9 lenses through which we see the land and see ourselves in a new light. The Book of Rites, in the words of Luce Glorian 100 Minds, the scholar. Much can be said about the Sisters of the Arch, whom we banished to the great beyond for deeds irredeemable. Again. Suffice it that the details of their banishment are written in this book. The sisters and the book became inseparable, not unlike the stars, their light, and the infinite darkness that engulfs them. The stars communicate to us, and you in turn. The words within the book are but an edifice, a simple surface. Look past the text, to the hidden meaning, to the hidden power. The stars above, as they are not mere lights, these are not mere words. If you chance upon the Sisters of the Arch within their prison here, give them our thanks. Very well. And there is no more in this chapter. Chapter 7? Yes, about the founding principles of the exile groups who shall forever conduct the rites. The Triumvirates, in the words of Halb the Swallow, the Accursed. At first I found it much too difficult to read, much less to write, even to grasp a quill, but the Horned One, Mur, implored me. He said this is the greatest gift that he could give me in return. In return for what? I asked. In return for his life, he said. But I did not save your life, I said. You did, he said. We fight about this still. Mur is stubborn, more than I. Now herein, and by his leave, I chronicle the 9 triumvirates, for I am of this land, unlike the rest, who wish to leave. We knew not everyone could leave who wanted, seldom would the opportunity arise, thus did we organise those striving for the chance into 9 sets of 3. Oh, that's it for this chapter, just the header. And finally, Chapter 8, on the Commonwealth, Principles of a Truly Free Society formed on the basis of this book. Written by, well, in the words of Triesta Tiphys, the Blessed Born, we, the 8, assembled here together in the downside, and we gave our freedoms so that you may yet have yours. It is an exchange we have not lightly made. It is my charge to ensure that you, should you regain your freedom, first off recognise its qualities and also use it wisely. You do not need a pair of wings in order to be free. My own wings. I once thought that they could take me anywhere, and then they took me here, where I am bound. It is your charge to be free, and not to make the same mistakes. Spring from here, and learn from what we did, and build a new and great society, a free society, with wings spread wide for everyone. Apparently some people did not get that message, and that is the only part of this chapter. Interesting words coming from the book there. Interesting words. Indeed. But now we must press on to more, well, pressing matters. A new trial awaits us. I can sense you out there, somewhere. What is it that you want? I wish to know what's on your mind. Ah, my best friend in all the world, come to visit me again. Does it make you uncomfortable, perhaps, that I should call you thus? Perhaps you think that you do not yet know me very well, but I know you just fine. You reveal a great deal to me when you come and visit me like this. You're not the only one who can sense things in others, you know. Oh, you're a reader too, are you? Well, that would make sense. You don't seem to participate in the trials yourself. It seems to be other apparitions that do that, and you merely guide them. Very well. She laughs to herself. One learns to read a bit when forced to suddenly appear within a book for 837 years or so, especially if one is wont to pry a little, you understand, but it gets rather boring here. I know all about you, a crippled scholar who vowed to help his friends to be free again, only to end up spending all his time talking to an apparition stuck in a stone. Yup. Oh, I know all about your loves, or lack thereof, about your favourite pastimes, certain habits you may be somewhat loath to admit. Oh? Fear not, of course. I use this special knowledge only as a means to entertain myself, I think. And, if you don't like it, why? Just keep your distance, like so many of your predecessors. As for the beyonders, they are as wraiths to me, as I must seem to all those idiots with whom you consort. I cannot confide as easily in my own kind as I am able to confide in you. But I suppose I have said too much. Thank you as ever for the visit. You have given me a lot to think about, more than you know. She laughs again, softly. Good to see you again, Sandra. We have need of your expertise. I shall gladly oblige, dear my reader. Or is it to be the lucky one this time? Yeah, lucky one. It is to be May this time. I do not know whether this will go well, though, as all the trials before. Wait, hold on. Do I not have the +2? Ew. Will it actually increase it? It will. Will the +1 increase it? No. I may just increase it by 1 then. Oh. I see we also got our contract back from Hedwin before he left. That's quite good. They can still use their trinkets during their liberation rites without need of worry for them leaving you. Regardless, it is time for May to face her trial. You ask Sandra to administer one of her special trials for May. I must admit I do sense something from that one. I once had a wild heart myself, quite like her own. We shall see if there is more to her than that. Let us bring her forth. Soon May arrives in heed of a summons. The scribes! I think that if I listen carefully, that I can hear them calling out to me. Nope, just a wraith in a stone. A little over, well, I'm going to say half of ours, but the apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, girl. The place where you reside at present has but a single rule, which is, you answer to me here. Wow. Okay, I will. Such naive enthusiasm. Now, be silent. It is plain to me that you have much to learn as yet about rights, but you have learned something, and I would see you prove it, without the benefit of everyone, save for your reader. Okay. Are you out there to help me with this, mister? I will try my best, May. But oh dear. I promise nothing. Oh no. Oh, it actually bounces it away if you were. If it gets launched into the fire without anyone throwing it in. That's good to know. Come on, go, 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 go. Yep. Oh, I ran right into that. Yeah, just throw it in. Thanks, guy. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. I thought, yeah. Nope, nope, nope. You move too quick for your own good, apparition. And mine as well. Also, please stop throwing it in. I need one of you to be, dead. Also, I should probably make use of the jump ability at some point. Or else I'm not going to win this. Oh. Okay then. I assume he probably tried to implode on me, and it didn't work out well. That's what I'll get from it at least. I tried to jump there again. I gotta remember I can't jump on a dino. Okay. This is going a lot worse than the other trials I've so far. Well, I'm gonna blame the fact that I don't play Mile that often. Go, 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 go. I guess got there eventually. Very good, Mai. Okay, how did I do? How did I do? I must admit that you did better than I expected, girl. Oh, you intended for me to fail, were you, Sandra? Thank you very much. You have passed this trial of yours. Some congratulations are in order, to you, and also to your lovely reader. Now, farewell. Yep. Yes, once again, could have gone a lot better, but a victory is a victory and I'll take it as thus. Did I imagine all that, mister? Because I hope I didn't. Wow. What is that you have there? We have Kaelma's anklet. After Mai casts her aura, it can bounce off of objects and solid surface. Oh. The royal traitor's hollow band ensures the Sisters of the Arch were to carry out their mission. He sent the assassins, did he? That would make sense. Because he did entice others to go after him as well, didn't he? Ah. Okay then. We might be able to make use of that somewhat.